Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CBNX Live. I'm Katunda here in New York City. I'll be reporting about the march that is taking place today at the UN Plaza. In the next few minutes, I'll be joining the crowd at the UN Plaza. Right now, we're here at 42nd and Lexington Avenue in New York. It's a little bit drizzling here, a little rain going on. But I already heard that people are already there, and they're gonna be just marching as a schedule. It's gonna be a 5 or 6 steps march, which will take them at the different places here and around the city, and they're gonna be protesting. The temperature is not that bad, but it's just that the rain is actually standing on the way. In the next few minutes, like I said, I'll be joining the crowd for the big carnival that will take place. Like you can see here, we are at the corner of Lexington and 42nd Street here in New York City. So stay tuned. CBNX Live will take you through the day, and then also we'll give you a live coverage of what has been happening in Kinshasa, where parishioners actually went out in the streets and already had some marches, and the National Police of Congo was there to disperse some of them. So stay tuned with CBNX. You get more update today. I'm Katunda.
I have some message for you, officers at the United Nations mission for the U.S. Next time you see Susan Rice walk through the door, remind her more than 6 million people have died in the Congo. Half of them children under the age of 5. Millions of women were raped. Your own organization here, American Medical Journal, says 2 million women have been raped in the Congo. So, as a woman, as you walk into that building every day, right beside the Ugandan house, right, one of the countries running the Congo with the U.S. support, make sure you tell her she's not going to go up the elevator or in the bunker that you have down there. She has to address the security in the Congo.
Yes, so we're in front of the United Nations to go to the park. And one of the officers, I don't know which one, pushed Mama Jean. So why is this a concern to me? In the Congo, they are raping, killing Congolese women. They are degrading the Congolese people to the way where they are dehumanizing. So we are in the United States, a quote-unquote democratic country, where an officer pushed, fell, and then telling us to get off the street without even attending to her. So that angered the Congolese community and blocked the street till other officers came, and there was an altercation with one of the young Congolese there, where the police was pushing him and said, "Don't touch me." And of course, we know what NYPD do. The officers unfortunately arrested him, and they've taken him to jail now. It's on camera. He was filmed by people with cameras around the time. So that's the challenge: is how can we demonstrate against sexual and gender-based violence in the Congo when officers in New York are violating the rights of Congolese women, and they don't even care? You know, pushed her and went on and said, "Get off the street," and she's hurt.
And what's the name of the gentleman who actually was arrested? Do you know?
I need to find his name. I thought I was saying him first, but I need to find his name.
But can the police disclose that?
I don't know. You can ask them. He was one of the officers.
Okay. All right. Now, ma'am, you just said you were pushed down on the ground. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? What happened?
I don't know how to tell it, but this police, this guy comes.
Yes.
It's him. It's him who pushed me.
This gentleman right here? Okay.
It's him who pushed me.
Okay.
I have my both knees.
Just talk to the camera. Just talk to me, please. And they said, what happened?
He came, he said, "Ma'am, you are not able to stay there." I said, "Yes, let me go by myself." He just finished to push I think Coblo, and when he's finished with Coblo and he came to me, he said, "Ma'am, you're not allowed to," and he pushed me. It's why I fell down.
Okay. Now, when you fell down, then what happened? Then was there any reaction from the police? Anybody tried to help?
Yes, all of my officers come and help me.
No, I'm talking about on their side. Anybody came, anybody from the NYPD tried to help since you, the minute you fell on the ground?
Yeah.
Was any?
She's good.
Anybody call?
She was good.
Anybody call the ambulance or something?
Yeah, he asked me
Okay. All right. So how you feeling now?
I'm feeling bad. It's not good.
Can you walk? You all right?
But I need to walk. I can help by myself. It's health.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right, sir. Can you tell us what you're here for?
We are here to just show our solidarity with the Congolese people and to claim justice and truth of the last election in November. The Congolese people elected Etienne Tshisekedi wa Mulumba as the president, but Mr. Kabila doesn't want to step down and remain himself in power.
Okay. Now, I heard you guys had some altercation between the police and the marchers. What happened?
So we were there just protesting in front of the United Nations. When the police officer was not, there were so many police officers before he get there. Once he get there, he was just getting and start pushing, pulling people. Then by trying to protect himself, one of our fellow citizens get arrested. We tried to protect him, but he was out because they kept his number.
Do you know the name of the person who got arrested?
I don't know. This guy came from Belgium, visiting the US, so they just come and isolate him and bring him to the post office to the police station. But they promised that they will release him in an hour.
They're gonna release him in an hour now. Well, do you think there was kind of a violence from the crowd or something, some signs of violence?
The officer was just a kind of racist guy. He just came to me and said, "We don't like you." So that's the statement that the police officer did.
Now, the police officer that I see right now here, were they part of the squad that came in first? Now, as far as you know, what do you think? Is this a type of provocation to have a reaction from the crowd?
That was really a provocation because we were already talking with some police officer when this one came and just start pushing and to create a kind of incident that would allow them to arrest people. But I remind them we are in the street because we lost 6 to 8 million people. So we show them the picture. Some of them show compassion about what those pictures was telling themselves.
Is the march authorized by the NYPD?
The march is authorized by NYPD. That's why they are escorting us.
Did the police ask to see any authorization from the city?
They knew that we have the authorization to do it.
Okay, so but the question is why if they knew there was authorization, why is that they've been violent or kind of brutal with the crowd?
The problem was that this one officer, if you see all the crowd here, they didn't misbehave. Some of them was just coming say, "Amigo, come down," to just create a kind of dialogue with the police. But the very specific one who came to create those trouble to arrest people.
Okay, so talking about what is taking place in Congo, we just got some press release that in some parishes there were police officers that went in and threw tear gases to the crowds. We're talking about Saint Joseph, we're talking about Saint Goretti, we're talking about some of the parishes in Limete, in Saint Dominique. What's your first comment on that?
My first comment will go directly to the people trying to do the business with Joseph Kabila regime. Actually, if you see those kind of situation, the insecurity that is spreading around the city, no real business can be done. The Congo need the help. Congo need to establish the leadership that was brought through the election. By the election result outcome was Etienne Tshisekedi was elected as president. We really need the international community assistance to get Kabila out of the power. We really need his help. You cannot lead a country in a brutality the way he is doing. The Congolese people need to be free. They need to be free. You cannot shoot people with the tear gas inside the church.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Franklin with CB Next Live. I'm here in New York City. We have a crowd of Congolese already stationed here at the UN headquarters. They have memos that they brought to the UN, and they want to make sure that the United Nations get the message about the march that is taking place in Congo, which is the Christian march led by the Catholic Church. We just had a preliminary report from Kinshasa, and there was already attacks and brutality in the city of Kinshasa. I have a couple of parishes where people were attacked. We're talking about a few churches in the city of Kinshasa where marchers came out in the streets and they were brutally repressed by the National Police of Congo. We just got a report from the organization that takes care of the human rights in Kinshasa. They reported that the churches of Saint Joseph Parish, Saint Raphael Parish, and then also Saint Gabriel Parish in the Yolo, and the Saint Kizito Parish in the King of War, and Saint Dominique Parish in the Limete were attacked by the police, who went in and threw tear gases inside the churches to disperse those who were marching. So this is just a preliminary report that we're getting from Kinshasa. But the march took place. They had a couple of priests together with the parishioners who walked down the streets holding Bibles, and they were all dressed up in the church attire. But that didn't stop the police to go after them and really brutalize them. And this is just a report that we get from Kinshasa today. And as you can see, we're here in New York City after the march here at the UN headquarters. The crowd will get down to Fox News at NBC headquarters here in New York, and they're going to continue the march to actually voice their opinion. I'm Franklin Katunda for CB Next Live here in New York. Thank you.
Kabila must go! Kabila must go!